Boker Tov, good morning. It's the Red, White, and Blue Jew, aka Jake Donnelly, and today I'm going to try something new. I know that I usually come out with fire and brimstone and I'm yelling and all these different things and there's spittle and all that, but for this week, I want to put on my kippah. We're going to go a little bit and talk about Jewish values because this week's Torah portion, the parasha, was impure. And I was listening to the rabbi give his devar, which essentially is like his thoughts on the week. And part of what we read about was the fact that a Kohen, which is a special type of Jew, a priest, the ones that, the Spock thing, live long and prosper, that's them, the Kohanim. And how they can't go near a dead body because that dead body goes from being pure to impure. But how is it that this body is all of a sudden impure simply if it dies? Is it because the soul is taken away from it by Hashem, by God? No, that's not the case. And obviously this isn't my specialty, so for any of the rabbis out there, if I butcher what Maimonides says, please let me know. But the whole idea about pure versus impure is all about the concept of potential. If you are dead, you no longer have potential. So replace that word pure for potential. If you are alive, you are pure because you constantly have potential. If you are dead, you no longer have potential. And I was looking at Eurovision and Yuval Raphael, who literally was on the cusp of pure versus impurity. She was on the cusp of potential versus no potential because she was hiding for 8 hours under the dead, murdered bodies of her friends on October 7th. But she still, because she was alive, she still had potential to do good. And last night in Eurovision, she came in second with all of the world hating on Jews, with all of the world hating on Israelis. Yuval Raphael, a survivor from October 7th, showed just how much potential that she had. And Maimonides has this story, because all Jewish rabbis have stories, about how if a wife goes up to a husband and predicates the marriage, it's not even a wife on a husband. If a woman goes up to a man and says, I will marry you, but I will only marry you if you have money, when they're under the chuppah, when they're under the Jewish tent where you get married as Jews, if the husband is proven to have money, that's a good marriage because the potential is there and it's a match. However, if this Jewish woman goes up to the man and says, I will only marry you if you are a Tzadik, I will only marry you if you are a righteous man, when they're under the chuppah, immediately it's a good marriage. The contract is actually a good contract. Why? Because every single person on this earth has potential. It takes 1 second to change your mind and to change your actions from somebody who is impure to somebody who is pure. And I don't think of this from a Jewish perspective. I actually think of this from the perspective of the enemies of the Jews. And I understand what everybody's going to say. It didn't start on October 7th, and the Jews did this and the Jews did that. For 1 second, let's all put all of that to the side. Let's not have that argument. Let's focus on the one thing that we know to be true, which is to say, everybody on earth, Jew, Israeli, Arab, Druze, Baha'i, Christian, Muslim, atheist, Sikh, Uyghur, everybody, every single person on this earth has that potential. Every single person on this earth is pure because we all have that 1 second, we all have that capability. That in just a snap of the fingers, you can go from somebody who acts impurely to somebody who acts righteously, to somebody who lives a pure life. And this week, that's what I want to think about. And I'm going to do a badass video that everybody expects of me tomorrow. But for this week, as there are some New England wild turkeys over on the side. And no, I am not kidding. Just walking through the parking lot here. But everybody has that potential inside of them. I bet Yuval Raphael in no way thought when she was hiding for 8 hours under the murdered bodies of her friends on October 7th, I bet there was no way that she thought she had the potential to perform at Eurovision and to do so and place second in front of the entire world. So if you're a fan of the Jews, if you're a fan of Israel, I don't actually care one way or the other. What I care about is you, who might be a Jew hater and who might hate the fact that the state of Israel exists. Even you are pure. Even you have that potential. And I just want to see the purest form of this world. Be that as it may, and as utopian of a thought and ideal as that is, stop trying to fuck with Israel. Because Israel has the potential to make many people impure and make many people, especially if their last name is Sinwar lately, not be pure or have any potential. So please, stop coming after the Israelis. And can we, try peace? Honestly? Because the Israelis really do want peace. We want pure lives. We want lives with the most potential, not just for ourselves, but for you as well. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but that is the truth. Just ask any Israeli. None of them want to be in the IDF. None of them want to spend the rest of their lives wondering if they're going to be on the side of potential or if they're going to be on the side where they can no longer provide any potential impurity to this world. Well, this is the Red, White, and Blue Jew, a.k.a. Jake Donnelly, saying, until next time, folks. See ya!